Hi, students. Welcome again. Welcome to another class of today. And today we're going to learn something new. And I hope you stay here with us to learn more about the topic. So let's go. So, guys, going ahead with the topic, as you know, today we are going to start with a word of the day that you need to learn. So, this word is related with the topic of today. So with the reading of today. So now I will present the word of today, and the word of today is adjust. Look, the word of today is adjust. So now let's see what is adjust. Adjust means to gradually become familiar with a new situation. So let's go to see the example. I thought for the grade, I thought for the grade for 3 years. So I have to adjust to teaching fifth grade. But you guys are awesome, so I know you are going to help me out. So look at here, we can see here that the word adjust is like to add something, is to add something. So we're going to see how this word is helpful for us during the reading. So now let's go in ahead and let's go to introduce into the reading uh, about what we are going to be looking today. So let's go to the reading, guys. So now let's go, guys. Just making an introduction about a review about what we were discussing yesterday. So as you know, we already started with a reading, another reading, the same reading, but in this way discussed by Bia, the sister of August, okay? And she was talking to us about how was the life before August came to his house. So and today we're going to be learning more about what Bia tell us about his life with August in the family. So now guys, let's go into the reading and let's go to learn. So Major Tom, out of the three of us, Miranda had almost always been the sweetest to August, hugging him and playing with him long after Ella and I have moved on to playing something else. Even as we got older, Miranda always made sure to try to include August in our conversations. Ask him how he was doing. Talk to him about Avatar and Star Wars or Bone or something she knew he liked. It was Miranda who had given Aggie the astronaut helmet. He wore practically every day of the year when he was 5 or 6. She would call him Major Tom, and they would sing Space Oddly by David Oldney together. It was their little thing. They knew all the words and would blast it on the iPod and sing the song out aloud. So now let's go. Since Miranda's always been really good about calling us as soon as she got from home, from summer camp, I was a little surprised when I didn't hear from her. I even text her and she didn't reply. I figured maybe she had ended up staying in the camp longer. Now that she was counselor, maybe she met a cute baby, a cute guy. Then I realized from her Facebook wall that she'd actually been back home for a full 2 weeks. So I sent her an email and we chat online, but she didn't give me a reason for not calling, which I thought was bizarre. Miranda had always been a little flaky, so I figured that all it was. We made plans to meet downtown, but then I had to cancel because we were driving out to visit Tata and Papa for the weekend. So I end up not seeing either Miranda or Ella until the first day of school, and I have to admit I was shocked. Miranda looked so different. Her hair was cut in this super cute bob that she did bring pink of all things, and she was wearing a striped top that seemed way inappropriate for school and was totally not her usual style. Miranda had always been such a prude about clothes, and here she was all pink, higher, and top. But it wasn't just the way she looked that was different. She was acting differently too. I can say she wasn't nice because she was, but she seemed kind of distant, like I was casual friend. Wow. It was the weirdest thing in the world. So here she's saying that Miranda becomes different. Miranda becomes different, and Miranda never will be the same girl again. So at lunch, the three of us sat together like we always used to, but the dynamics have shifted. It was obvious to me that ella and Miranda had gotten together a few times during the summer without me. Child thought I could feel my face getting hot, my smile being fake, although ella was as over the top as Miranda. Notice a change in her usual style, too. It's like they had talked to each other beforehand about redoing their image at the new school, but hadn't bothered to clue me in. I admit, I had always thought I was about this kind of typical teenage fitness. fitness. So, but I felt uh, a lump in my throat throughout lunch. My voice skivered as I said, "I see you later," when the bell rang. So what she's expressing here is that Miranda and ella, they never come back to be the same one. So because in the past they were like big friends and they shared time and they went to camp without her. So that's really sad, guys. So let's go continue reading to see more about it. So after school, I heard we are driving you home today. It was Miranda in a period. She had just sat down at the desk right behind me. I had forgotten that Mom had called Miranda's mother the night before to ask if she could drive me home from school. You don't have to, I answered instinctively, casually. My mom can pick up me. I thought she had to pick Aggie up or something. It turns out she can pick me up afterward. I just text me. She just texts me. No problem. Oh, okay. Thanks. It was all a lie on my part, but I couldn't see sitting in a car with a new Miranda. After school, I dug into a restroom to avoid bumping into Miranda's mother outside. Half an hour later, I walked out of the school, ran up 3 blocks to the bus stop, hopped on the M86 to the Central Park West, and took the subway home. Hey, there, sweetie, Mom said the moment I stepped through the front door. How was your first day? I was starting to wonder where you guys were. We stopped for pizza. Incredible how easily a lie can slip through your lips. Is Miranda not with you? She seemed surprised that Miranda wasn't right behind me. She went straight home. We have a lot of homework. On our first day? Yes, on our first day. I yelled, which completely surprised mom, but before she could say anything, I said, school was fine. It's really big. Thought the kid seemed nice. I wanted to give her enough information so she wouldn't feel the need to ask me more. How was Aggie first day of school? The mom is asking her. Mom hesitates, her eyebrows still high up on her forehead from when I snapped at her a second earlier. Okay, she said slowly, like she was letting out a breath. What do you mean? Okay, I said. It was good or bad? He said it was good. So why do you think it wasn't good? I didn't say it wasn't good. Guess. Bia, what's up with you? Just forget I asked anything at all. I answered and stormed dramatically into Aggie's room. Oh my god, this move. Just let me come back again. This move. Where I am. So I'm in Miranda's room. I launched three sat together. Okay, we are here. We are here. In this part. Okay, we are here. So, just forgotten I asked anything at all. I answered and stormed dramatically into Aggie's room and slammed the door. He was on his PlayStation, August, and didn't even look up. I hate how zombified his videos game made him. So, how was school? I said, snucking Daisy over so I could sit on his bed next to him. Fine, he answered. Still not looking out from this game. Aggie, I'm talking to you. I pulled my PlayStation out of his hand. Hey, he said angrily. How was school? I said, fine. I said, fine. Yes, yell back, grabbing the PlayStation back from me. Were people nice to you? Yes. No one was mean. He put the PlayStation and looked at me as if I had just asked the dumbest question in the world. Why would people be mean? He said. It was the first time in his life that I heard him be sarcastic like that. I didn't think he had it in him. Oh, this is becoming interesting. So we can see that there is a familiar problem between uh, Bia and August or Aggie. So they're having some problems because like Aggie or August is not asking her, answer her what she is asking him, and she becomes angry for that reason. So now let's go to continue reading. The Padawan beats the Dutch. Okay. Now let's go. I'm not sure at what point that night Aggie had cut off his Padawan braid, or why that made me really mad. I had always found his obsession with everything Star Wars kind or Jedi, and that brain in the black of his earth, what its little bit, was just awful. But he had always been so proud of it. How long it took him to grow it, and how he had chosen the beds himself in the craft store in Soho. He and Christopher, his best friends, used to play with Cybers and Star Wars. They were playing. They were imagining that they were in the Star Wars. They are like with a like. Okay, they are playing. They were imagining that. stuff. Wherever they go together, and they had both started growing their brains, and at the same time, when August cut his braid off that night without an explanation, without telling me beforehand, which was surprising, or even calling Christopher. I was just so upset. I can't even explain why. I've seen Aggie brushing his hair in the bathroom mirror. He meticulously tries to get every hair in place. He tilts his head to look at himself from different angles, like there's some magic perspective inside the mirror that could change the dimension of his face. Mom knocked on my door after dinner. She looked drained, and I realized that between me and Aggie, today had been a thug day for her too. So, you want to tell me what's up? And she asked nicely, softly. Not now, okay? I answered. I was reading. I was tired. Maybe later I'll be up to telling her about Miranda, but not now. I'll be checked in before you go to bed, she said, and she came over me and kissed me and to tug me ahead. Can Daisy sleep with me tonight? Sure. I'll be here. I'll bring her in later. So she's talking like that Bia is having some fun with his friend and she's sharing time. Okay? She's sharing time with his friend and they are having a nice time. They are enjoying and they are ready to go to sleep. So don't forget to back. I said as she left. I promise. But she didn't come back that night. That did. He told me Aki had had a bad first day. Mom was helping. Oh my God. Mom was helping him through it. He asked me how my dad had gone, and I told him fine. He said he didn't believe me for a second, but I told him Miranda and Ella were acting like jerks. Uy. I didn't mention how I took the subway home by myself. Thought he said nothing tests friendship like high school, and then processed to a spoke fun. The fact that I was reading War and Peace, not real fun, of course, since I heard him brag to people that he had a 15 years old who was reading Tolstoy. But oh my God, this computer. So he not intense on friendship like a school and then processed to a spoke fam in the fact it was I was reading War and Peace, no real fun of course. Since I heard him brag to people that had a 15 years old who is reading Tolstoy, but he liked to read me about where I was in the book, in the war part or in the peace part. If it was there anything there about, oh my God, let's go. Oh, this is amazing, guys. Okay, but he liked to read me about where I was in the book, in the war part or the peace part. And if there was anything in there about Napoleon's days as a hip hop dancer, it was silly stuff, but that always managed to make everyone loud, and sometimes that's all you need feel better. Don't be mad at mom, he said as he bent down to give me a good night kiss. Do you know how much she worries about Aggie? So, what we can see here is that they were asking and they were sharing time about the bad day that she had. And they were, like mom and her friends were giving her a strong about to forget everything about the day and to be happy. So now I know acknowledge when the light on or off. It's getting kind of late, he said, pausing by the light at twitch at the door. Can you bring Daisy in first? 2 seconds later, he came back with Daisy dangling in his arms, and he lay next to me. So now we can see here that they are having some issues or some problems with the book. So at the moment, we heard friends and things like that. So and they want to fix it. Okay, they want to fix it. They want to make this experience about how she was in the school. Okay, so now let's go. Continue talking about this. So Daisy tell her good night, and they were like making her forget everything. Okay, and now let's go to continue reading, guys. So here we have an apparition at the door. So once I got up in the middle of night here because I was thirsty, I saw mom standing outside Aggie's room, and her and was on doorknob, her forehead leaning on the door, which was odd. She wasn't going on his room or stepping out, just standing right outside the door. As if she was listening to the sound of his breathing as he slept. The hallway's lights were out. The only thing illuminating her was the blue nightlight in August's bedroom. She looked godlike standing there, or maybe I should say angelic. Angelic, I tried to walk back into my room without disturbing her, but she heard me and walked over to me. Are you okay? I asked. I knew that sometimes he would wake up choking on his own saliva, and he accidentally turned over on his back. He is fine, she said, wrapping her arms around me, and walked me back into my room, pulled the covers over me, and I kissed a good night. She never explained what she was doing outside his door. I never asked. I wonder how many nights she stood outside his door, and I wonder if she's ever stood outside my door like that. So this is, I don't know, guys. She's surprised for that. She's surprised because the mother is all the time supervising August about if something is happening with him. Because we know August is a special guy, and the mother has to be supervising him all the time. So, thank you guys. This is the end of the video of today. Please go to the platform and read this one. Read breakfast. Okay, you need to read it and to answer some questions that I already upload for you, like a classwork. So, thank you guys so much. Bye bye. Take care. See you tomorrow in that class. Bye bye.